Okay, so let's actually do an example. So this is the age group in years, 12 to 17-year-olds. And this is the percent owning an MP3 player. First of all, wait, what MP3 player? So just know that a little bit of history here for you. 2001 to 2010 is approximately when MP3 players were super hot. Like everybody had one, all right? Um, and this textbook was written in 2014, so close to this end here. So probably at the tail end of the popularity of MP3 players, but they were still kind of out there, like people used it still. But this textbook clearly is very outdated now, especially like who even not many people use MP3 players anymore, right? We use our phones to stream music, so keep that in mind when you're looking at information. A little outdated. So 12 to 17-year-olds, 54% of 12 to 17-year-olds you own an MP3 player. 30% of 18 to 24-year-olds own an MP3 player, etc. And that's how you kind of analyze this particular set of numbers. Now, make a well-labeled bar graph to display the data. Describe what you see. All right, so I'm gonna, because there was not much room here, I copied that table over here, and I'm gonna do it over here. Let's make this a little smaller. You don't need it to be giant. All right, so we have, let me look at mine. I already did it on a paper too to make it faster here. Okay, so we have percent owning. So it really doesn't matter. I could do my bar graph where it's on its side, like, you know, like this with bars like this. Okay, that's on its side, right? Or I could do it like this where it's vertical, kind of like this. Most of the time you see them that way, right? I'm going to kind of do it this way, unless sometimes it might be that, but in this case I'm going to use vertical bars, okay? So I'm going to put this on the y-axis and then this on the x-axis. All right, so this is going to go here, and you know, then this is going to go here. All right, so let's see. I'm looking at my numbers, 5 to 54. So I don't need to go up to 100 or 200 or something crazy, right? So 5 to 54. All right, and to make this a little easier, I'm just going to do like, all right, so maybe, oops, maybe cut this in half and then that in half. All right, so I'm thinking maybe 10, 20, 30. That's too much. It's too close together and it's driving me crazy. So maybe like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Perfect. Oh, okay. And so this is the percent owning MP3 players. So that's what you're going to write here on the side. Percent owning MP3 players. Okay, so on the x-axis, I'm putting the age group. So I'm just going to start from here to here. I'm going to go and end at this line. I'll make one group here. All right, and I'll call that the 12 to 17. All right, and then again, see how I went in this far? I'm going to go in that far and start from there and end here, okay? So there's a theme. That to that gets me like kind of approximately accurate here, okay? And I'm going to call this the 18 to 24-year-olds. All right, again, start here and here. this bar width is going to be 25 to 34-year-olds. 25 to 34. Again, start here, go here as best as you can, and that's 35 to 54-year-olds. Oops. 35 to 54-year-olds. And then I'm going to start here and go to here, and that's 55 and older. All right, great. This is my age group. It helps to use a ruler. It really does. And if you have graph paper, more the merrier. That's even better. Okay, so let's look at the table and see how far we're going to go. So 12 to 17-year-olds is 54. 54 is, this is like 55, yeah, kind of, I would say about there, okay? And so you want to draw a straight line up. I'm cheating. My software does a really good job at drawing straight lines, but you could use a, what am I saying, calculator? Ruler, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so that's the first bar. The second bar, 18 to 24-year-olds are 30. 30 is kind of like right there. And notice the next one is also 30, so I'm just going to keep going like this until it gives me a visual of where to stop, kind of up, and that, and that, and one more. Okay, and that, and that. All right, 35 to 54s are 13. 13, this is 15 is right in the middle, so it's a little less than right in the middle, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, that was horrible. There. Okay, and then the last category is 5, so that's like literally halfway up to the 10. I don't think that's correct. All right, so more like that. And I'll just freehand this one. Okay. And there you have it. Beautiful bar graph. As best as you can, same width. As best as you can, same spacing. All right, and labeled perfectly. I could read it, you could read it. The axes are labeled. The percents on the y-axis is labeled. Perfect. The second part of the question was asking you to describe what you see. If I had to describe this, I'd say the younger the age group, the more likely or higher percentage of them own an MP3 player, right? Look at the older people, way less, and it keeps decreasing. So I would say, you could say it that way. You could say, you know, as the age goes up, the percentage of MP3 players owned decreases. All right, so if you want to pause, and you'll see I just wrote these down, you can add that. I just didn't want to waste video time on that. Okay? All right. And so the second part, B, that was A. B says, would it be appropriate to make a pie chart for this data? Okay, look at your groups. Does the groups represent all ages? It's 12 to 17, 18. So this is covered, then here, then here, then here, then here. That's the end, older. But nobody looked at data for 0 to 11-year-olds, right? So no, because age group doesn't include all ages. So we can't represent all ages with a circle, with a whole pie, with a circle. So no, we can't use a pie chart for this. It would not be appropriate.